Welcome back to the Pluto Sphere. Today we welcome our special guest and partner of Pluto, Atif Yaqub. Atif is not only one of Pluto's founding members, but also brings a huge experience to the table as he is a founder of one of his own tokens, YOP. YOP actually stands for Yield Optimization Platform. Most yield products and tools are web-based. Not just web-based, but also restrictive with poor UX and mobile apps. They're limited in capability and bugging. The speed of comparing data and executing trades is key. Those who are not so crypto savvy are presented with multiple conflicting platforms, and YOP represents an incredible solution for this, making it easy for the most experienced and the most inexperienced crypto users. So, Atif, welcome on board the Pluto Sphere. Let's just cover the main sort of functionalities of the app. If you could just go through sort of the main use cases YOP entails.
Yeah, sure. So great introduction there, kind of summarizing what we're doing here at YOP. Our yield optimization platform and protocol is primarily to allow people to engage with DeFi in an easier manner. So at the moment, as you mentioned, it's a very fragmented experience. You have to, have multiple platforms open and engage with them separately. And what we've built and demonstrated is that there is a possibility to bring all of this into one application and allow, our customers to have a much more seamless engagement with the market. And so, we've been in development for around 4 months. We launched in January 15th. We had a great launch and, huge amount of traction in the space, all been going very, very well. And now we just have launched our first version, which is V0, in the App Store, which is available to download right now. We're super excited about that. It was a great launch day. Everything's gone very, very smoothly, and we've had a tremendous amount of positive feedback to date. So the first version, we call it V0 because it's like a beta. So we have a V1 to follow from here, which will be the first kind of complete version. But this early version at least gives you an insight of what's possible and where we're kind of, which direction we're heading. And we're really excited about that.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. Atif, maybe we could go over a couple of the topics that you guys cover on your app. So let's start with the farmers market. How is that going to be easier for people in this space?
We renamed that to Yield, the farmers market, just because every other tab was single word. So we renamed it to Yield. But yield farming and the farmers in the DeFi market, as they're called, are, they're harvesting basically yield, right? They're depositing tokens into contracts and they're earning yield from it. But at the moment, if you was to do this as a newcomer, especially, you would have to engage with 3 or 4 separate applications. You'd need, Uniswap. You'd need some market data, maybe from CoinGecko. You'd need a MetaMask wallet, and then you'd engage with the smart contract on a platform which might not necessarily have a nice interface either. So, 4, maybe possibly 5 separate applications. And what the YOP Yield tab allows you to do is come into the application, have your wallet within the same application, which is already allowing you to deposit funds into that. And then just within a couple of taps, you can enter a yield contract. So token deposit account, you put your Ethereum or YOP or whichever other token or a pair, and you can then earn yield on that deposit. And these vary, these APYs at the moment vary from 10%, 20, 30%, all the way up to 100, 120% depending, and they fluctuate as the market moves. But generally, the idea is that you deposit your tokens into a contract, and so rather than just holding them in your wallet right now, they generate income, passive income while they're in these contracts.
Fantastic. So if we were going to compare to the sort of traditional market for those that weren't really too sure, is this something like, when you can just put your money away in a savings and not spend it, savings account, or you could put your money away in an ICE suspended savings account and you can grow interest on that? So is that a similar thing to what
the big differentiator within this, and especially an important element for YOP, is that you're always having custody of your funds. So in the traditional market, yes, the kind of the dynamic of the purpose, I guess, is similar to deposit into an account, a fixed deposit account or something like that. But when you're doing that in the traditional kind of financial marketplace, you're no longer in custody of your funds, right? I mean, even when you're depositing funds in your bank, the bank is in custody of those funds, and the bank uses your deposits to generate income for themselves. Whereas in a decentralized market that we're in, operating in DeFi, on the application in YOP, when you deposit funds into a contract, you're still in custody of those funds. So you have complete sight of the funds at all times, and you have complete control, and you can withdraw them back to your wallet at any time. So this is a big differentiator. So yeah, similar in nature of product, but big difference being that you remain in control. And we have seen custodial products gain traction in the market, but we believe that to stay true to the kind of crypto market, we want to remain non-custodial, primarily at the beginning at least. If we do offer a custodial product in the future, it would be a secondary offering, but our primary purpose is to build a application and platform and a protocol behind that allows individuals to deposit into contracts without having to understand all the technicalities behind it, because it gets very technical very fast, and all the like jargon starts coming out and goes straight over your head. What customers need to understand: they download the app, they have some ETH in there or some tokens, they go to the yield tab, they tap it in, it's in, they show their APY, and they can sleep and see what's going on in the market.
Fantastic. Okay, so I guess the main information we want people to come away with here is, how do we access it through sort of iOS or Android apps, completely like you would another?
Yeah, so at the moment, our first version, we focused on iOS. One, because it's a bigger market for where we are in Europe. But we do plan on launching an Android version. At the moment, the iOS one is in the App Store, so you could just go to the App Store, search YOP. If it doesn't come under YOP, YOP yield something at the moment, it's just gone live, so it does take a little bit of time to index, but you will find it in the App Store. It's available pretty much to all countries. At the moment, it's not available in China because they have restrictions on it, but all other countries where it's open to. And it's available, it's free to use, it's free to download, and you can immediately go in there. We do say, as a kind of disclaimer, to exercise a bit of caution because it's the early beta version. So I wouldn't put all of your crypto into the app straight away, but you can start at least, depositing, playing around with it a little bit, getting a feel of what we're doing and where we're heading. And that's the kind of feedback we've received so far, that if this is what you've achieved in V0 with a small budget, we raised a very small amount of capital when we launched our project, and in 4 months this is what we've delivered. Now just kind of look forward, going on the bigger picture, what we can do with V1 and V2 that's gonna come out. So it's free to download, and the Android version, which will also at the same time introduce the tablet and web-based version or desktop-based version, will follow in subsequent versions. But the iOS one's ready and it's available to use right now.
Thank you. Fantastic. Okay. And just my last question would be, who would you recommend uses this app? Would it be sort of someone that's already in the crypto space, or someone that's sort of just trying to get into it? Yeah,
so one of the interesting things is when we first started and we were speaking to kind of early supporters of the project, we had this discussion, and I made it clear that I want grandma all the way to grandchild to be able to use this app, and hopefully we stay true to that. At the moment, it might not be fully there yet, but that is the goal. So, and it's open at the moment for everybody. So even if you're new to crypto, or you're kind of already, quite experienced in crypto, I think, our market is for everybody. And as we build in more feature sets, we want to have, kind of the novice indexes and very kind of transparent, easy to see, like, okay, I'm going for this kind of APY, this is my target, I don't want to know anything else.
A little bit like Go Compare.
Yeah, maybe like a sky scanner or something like that, where you can see everything and then access it as well. So yeah, similar like that. We want to have that kind of very clear black and white, indexing of all the markets and also all the networks, because there's a lot of DeFi activity primarily on Ethereum, but there's things going on Binance Smart Chain, there's things happening on Solana, there's things happening on Avalanche. So there's other networks that are in play, and we want to allow customers to come into the application and be able to switch without getting confused or having to know, it's like they don't have to type in some sort of protocol number to figure out that they're now operating on a different network. Just like the example I normally give is that if you're in a certain area and you're using Vodafone and it switches to a different network because their antenna or is in that region, it should be very seamless. It shouldn't be, on your laptop, when you change Wi-Fi from your home Wi-Fi to your work Wi-Fi or to the, shopping mall Wi-Fi, you don't have to go in and program something. It's just stick and you select it. And that's how it should be for our customers. So that's the bigger goal.
Yeah.
We want to keep our product open to novice and expert users alike. And we will layer that with those features as we build it out. But I'm excited to have launched and, kind of big milestone for us for V0 to be out, and stay tuned for many more features and updates to come.
And some more information on how we can all get Ferraris. We want everyone to be driving them. That's why YOP's become a thing, right? So everyone can have the same advantages.
Yeah, everybody says, cryptos, take your pick, a Lambo or a Tesla or maybe a Ferrari. Yeah, Tesla maybe so not so much right now, but anyway. Yeah.
No, when Ferrari, when Ferrari.
Yeah, cool, no problem. Choose your color.
Well, thank you so much, Orange. Thank you so much, Plutonauts, for coming back on. Thank you, Atif, for coming on as well. Give us a like, give us a share, make sure you subscribe, and we'll be back with some more.
Thank you.